Honestly, every time I'm not ready with my camera. I do apologise. I do apologise. I'm just trying something new. I didn't even get it ready before I pressed go. So I do apologise. It's all going off here. So just to give you a bit of context as to what is happening behind me, because things are changing. Hello. If you haven't come to these parts before, hello, my name is Gemma, and this is the AEIOU Oracle. Yeah, it's still not really doing what I want it to do. We'll go around this way, see if that's better. Okay. Welcome to oh, what was that just went in front of the screen? Welcome to the AEIOU Oracle. We read this deck in these parts. This is a deck that I have designed, and you can actually purchase this deck from the description box. It will take you to my website. There's loads going off on my website. I'm selling lots and lots of my stuff off because we are moving and we're having a bit of a clear out. So that brings me nicely back to this. So my altar that was back here behind me, that's been broken down and boxed up. And yeah, we're moving. So getting all my Oracle and Tarot decks sorted out. I will probably be selling some as well. So if there's anything that you've seen that you like the look of, like, I am willing to pass it on and give it a new home. Crystals, talisman, I'm having a humongous clear out. So hopefully it will all go very, very soon. I'm very intrigued about what the next part of my journey has in store for me. And I'm just letting go like a tree, letting its leaves fall. Oh. But let's get into your reading. So when I woke up this morning, the first song that I had in my head was I've got so much love to give. I've got so much love to give. Do you know that one? And then I had, weirdly, the Beyonce, This Ain't Texas. And it was specifically the slow dance line in it. If I can't slow dance with you, something like that. I'll be damned. I think it goes. I don't know. I don't know that song very well, even though it's probably the most played song in the whole entire universe at the moment. So we are going to start off with the Oracle deck just to pull in some energy. I do hope that this reading finds you well. There is a how can I say it? I felt like there was a shift last week, and it felt like something fell in the gap. That's the only. It's like the way that I can describe it energetically. It's almost like, say, if you had a tabletop and it had a hole in it, for like a drinks, like a can or a glass or something like that. It had like a hole in it. And the energy has felt like all of a sudden you moved the glass over across the table and it just found its place in the hole. It's like something that's sort of like been gliding around in your energy that hasn't really felt like it had a home or a place, or just felt like it's unstable. It's in motion constantly, like if you can imagine a glass like moving around on a tabletop. It's felt like that. I don't know what's going on with my arm. Looks weird. but yeah, it just felt like all of a sudden it sort of glided across the table and just sunk into the place. And it's just like, oh, that's the place it needs to go. Like that's the home it needs to be in. It's like, do you know what I mean? Like something's almost like found a place. It's not like a shift as in something's turned. It's not, I don't feel like it's that eclipse energy where it's like turned on its head. I don't feel like it's been like that. It just feels like something has almost like found its place and slotted in. I don't know whether this is like a person, place thing, but we shall see. Maybe something is making sense where it hadn't done before, something like that. I don't know. See what you think. But let's get some energy. If you haven't done already, please like and subscribe, share, all that wonderful stuff. It's so lovely to interact with you. And if you like to do an energy exchange for the free content, it does massively help the channel to grow. I know that there's some regulars out there who subscribe, but if you're just coming across the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you like the content, stick around. I keep saying that I feel like I need to say this out loud here in this space, because I keep saying that I want to do more readings and that I want to do more video content. But at the same time, I'm really not enjoying tech, like at all. And I feel like it's disconnecting me more and more from my community and from the work that I do. And I just want to put that into this space and just speak into that, because I feel like I say a lot of things and then not actually follow through with them. And I feel like I say things because I feel like I should, rather than what actually feels like right to me. Like I do want to really speak about the things that I want to speak about, but it's not necessarily that I want to do them online or through a computer or be recorded or anything like that. And I'm not saying that that will be forever, but I just feel that way at the moment in regards to my work. Like I want to be in a room full of people and to share energy with people. Like that is what I am calling in for myself very, very deeply, because I love doing the readings. I absolutely love the work that I do. But for me, I feel like I can do so much more. And I want to just say on my channel that I am calling to actually be with people and work with people and be in rooms full of people and, work in collaboration and do podcasts and conversations and all that. Like I feel like my strength as a reader is in conversation. Like the difference in my work when I have someone who is in conversation with me, i.e., on the other end of the energy, is completely different. It's like there's a whole other depth that comes out, a whole other level that I can initiate. And it comes from having that someone to sound off at and someone to, listen to and someone to ask questions. And, like for me, this is just an echo chamber. It's just me. It's just my voice. Like, that's why I feel like almost like I've been hiding under a rock doing this kind of work. That's how I feel, honestly. I do feel like I'm hiding under a rock, hiding away. And there's an untapped... What did I just say? A seed. I am a seed. I have been a seed. Planted in the dark, hiding away, growing away. That is so funny. Okay. So the energy of the seed comes from the heart. You can see the green around the edge. So in this oracle deck, there is a not an indication of the chakras with the different cards with the different colors, just to indicate which energy body that they are sinking into. And the seed is part of the heart. And this is a cyclical energy. So as I was saying before about the tree, letting all its leaves go and all of the energy going out into the ground and the grass, and letting new energy come in, having a rest, letting the fruit go, all that kind of stuff. And with the fruit, there is the seed. Oh, hi. Can I just say happy birthday? So I don't think that my comments bar actually goes on to the videos when I upload them, but my bestest friend in the whole entire universe, my number one fan, Katie Ford, has just come on, and it's her birthday today, and she is a Libran. So 111 111 1111, just strolling in. It's lovely to have you here. So if you're on, big happy birthday to Katie. It never surprised me when you come on to see me. So let's go into the seed more. So I feel like with this time of year, with the Libran season, it's all about balance. It's all about balance. And it's mutual. It's very mutual. Did you get my message what I sent you? It cracks me up. So on the reason why I made the thumbnail in the way that I did, and the Libran symbol, the image that I was getting from the Libran symbol is the angel and the devil, right? So the Libran symbol is two lines, and then one of them is bubbled up like this, yeah? And all I could think about and all I could see was the Libran energy is balance of who you are as an individual, like the angel and the devil, when to do things for yourself, when to do things for others, and balancing that energy out. And learning what is good for you, what is bad for you, is going to be completely different for somebody else. And it's like balancing the scales, balancing the justice, balancing your karma and your dharma and all that kind of stuff, like your masculine, your feminine, your your play and your work. It's all about finding this happy medium within you. And I'm going to come back to the tree and the seed and the fruit, because all of those things are happening at exactly the same time, like a Russian doll. So you've got the tree, which is letting go. You've got the fruit, which is the harvest, the lush fruit, sweet, gorgeous, amazing. That's almost like the summer, celebration. And then you have the spring, the seed inside. Or you could even classify that as the winter in the spring, because the seed has to be planted. It has to go through the rot of the winter, has to be buried in the darkness. Like you've got all of the seasons happening exactly the same time as the way that the time works. And nature shows us that there is no stop, that there is no end, that everything is happening simultaneously in this one moment. And what I was getting in regards to this song that came into my head, because it made me so excited, and I was like bopping round when I got up this morning. And it's like, the way that I was getting it was, the lyrics are, I've got so much love to give, right? And it's like, that never stops. That's who you are. And the universe is always giving you that love. Like, that feeling that you get of unconditional love is not from anybody or anything. That is who you are. Like, your life force energy is love. Like that's the ether. That's the thing that makes everything go round. Everything is always in communication. All time is happening at the same time. And it's like the separation and the loneliness and the not feeling worthy or valued and all these feelings that we get and all these stories that we tell ourselves from the many lives that we live, from our past lives, from our parents, what, wherever we accumulate these stories from. If we look back to nature, it's like none of those things actually exist. Because if you look at nature and you actually sit and meditate on nature, it's showing you that there is no separation, that there is no, there is no seasons almost. There is no stop start. Everything is constantly moving all the time. And I thought that was, it's like you don't stop loving someone, like like your parents that you might have fallen out with and never talked to, or your first boyfriend that you never see anymore. It's like, or a friend that you fell out with. It's like that love doesn't go away. Like, like we're taught that we should, like dislike people who don't treat us very well, or I don't know, like stay away. Like there's so much culture in regards to putting so much distance and space between people that don't value us or don't treat us in the way that we want to, and all this kind of stuff. And it's like they're just stories. They're just stories, because if we truly, truly like valued and thought ourselves as worthy, then that person wouldn't have been able to do the things that you let them do, because that's what actually happened. Like there's always communication between souls. There's always a contract. There's always a conversation to be had. And it's like, did you engage openly with love in that conversation? Because if you did, then that person wouldn't have been able to hurt you. Like that love, I've got so much love to give. It's like that does not stop. That song is on repeat all the fucking time. And the fact that it stopped, or you felt like it stopped with that person, is a lie. It's a lie. Like realistically, I'll use my own experience. You love that person. Like at one point, should I go into that? Like there's a storyline in your mind that that person didn't love you. And it's like, no, that's not actually what happened. It's like a conversation didn't happen. It was the communication that didn't happen. There was fear there. Fear is the opposite to love. When we shout, when we scream, when we have a tantrum, like those things, if you think about when a toddler's losing their mind, right? And they start shouting and screaming, they're doing that because they feel like their connection with you is lost. Like my son used to hit me he went through a period of hitting me all the time, like, and I mean really hard in the face, right? And I was told by pretty much every single service that I got in touch with that I needed to discipline him, right? And I was like, I'm not disciplining my son, because he's trying to communicate something that he cannot say. I'm not going to discipline him, right? All behavior is communication. And we either fall into two camps. We either shout and scream to try and get the love that we need, or we fawn and we go in ourselves and we make ourselves small. It's either one or the other. We fall into different camps. Like psychology is not as difficult as what we are led to believe. And the reason why specialists and people that go to university somehow know humans more than actual humans, I find really interesting, because I don't feel like going to university is emotional intelligence. That's not how you learn how to be around people. Like I have met some psychologists who know nothing about emotional intelligence. They know about psychology, and they can logically, like pattern somebody out and, put them into boxes and to micromanage and, if you do that, you've got to do this and blah, 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 and you've got to manage your expectations and blah, blah, blah. But realistically, humans are very, very simple creatures. And you're either listening to the devil or you're listening to your angel, or you're listening to God, you're listening to the opponent. Like, all they are is opposing forces, and it's whichever you feed, whichever you focus on. So are you focusing on love? And I mean like love for yourself and love for the world around you, because we're not taught that. We are taught to embody one of the two energies. So either make yourself small or scream and shout and cause harm. It's like, where is that happy medium for you? Where makes you feel good? Where do your morals and your values lie? And that is going to be different for every single person. And that's why I think this card is so incredibly important, because not every seed, this is such a long introduction and we haven't even got anywhere near cards, but here we are. This is obviously what needed to come through. Not every seed will grow at exactly the same time. Not every seed will burst through the soil at exactly the same time. There's so many things, so many variables that the seed has to contend with. And it's not even like I was talking to someone the other day about saplings being sold off, and like they're planting like mass loads of trees all over the country, right? And they're wondering why half of them don't grow and they die. And it's like, because that's not natural. Wherever that seed was planted, it doesn't want to be planted in a pot, right? So if you plant a seed in a pot, it will not grow in the same way that if it finds its way into the soil in the natural world. It won't, because it can sense that there is a container. Those initial roots that it sends out will feel the pot in the same way that if you have been put into a diagnosis, or have you been told that you're a certain type of person, you will grow inside that pot in exactly the same way that the seed did. Yeah. So all these trees, all these saplings that they're planting all over the country, they're not growing properly because they can't put their taproot down. And they're being hoisted out of buckets and wrapping and all this kind of stuff and put into an area where it wasn't even, from a local tree. That's one, didn't like blow or get carried or buried by an animal or anything like that. Literally grown in sterile conditions in some sort of wrapping next to 30,000 other trees or something ridiculous in lines. That's not how trees grow. Like they have coordinates, they have, they pay attention to where the sun rises, where the wind blows, where the water comes from. Like, you are, I hope this doesn't seem too like holistic in like magnitude, but we are nature. The stories that we are told, the boxes that we are put in, they're not helpful to our growth. They limit us. So in this harvest, in this new cycle where all time is happening, what would be your justice? What would be your justice for everything that you have been through, everything that's happened in your life thus far, right? If you said to yourself that this was I don't know, like a quarter away of your life, right? What do you want the rest of your life to look like? If the front half of your life was anything to go by, like what would be the new cycle of time, um, the new seed that you would want to plant from your harvest? How could you undo all of your past with 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 a new seed? So you're not being planted in a pot like the tree before you. You're literally throwing that seed off into the great unknown and just saying to God, whatever happens, happens. Like what could be the possibilities of that? Like I was looking at some oaks on one piece of land, right? Every tree was so different. Every tree was so different. Some of them even grew their roots like really superficial and then have branches that went down so that they grew like on top of the land and didn't really like get deep, so they couldn't go really high, and that's how they supported themselves, by actually growing their branches low so they have something to stabilize themselves. And then other oaks that were like not even 20 foot away are growing, enormous thick beautiful, canopies, because they can send their roots right down past maybe hard rocks and things like that. Like, you can't there's been a story or a programming that you have received about, from this container that you have grown in. What is that? What does that contain? What if you could literally live the rest of your life from this new seed not being planted in a container? When it was like the possibilities are absolutely endless. There's no more boxes that you need to fit in. There's no more rules and regulations. There's no more fitting in, let's say. What would that look like? What could be the possibilities of that? That feels different already, doesn't it? Just something to think about. Okay, so we've got the Wisdom King. We have the 9 of Coins. And we have the 9 of Scepters in the reverse. Okay. I'm getting a really, really dodgy energy. So bear with me. The Wisdom King is giving me something in regards to temper. I'm just going to read the little story because it might resonate with you. But it's like a hot-headedness. It's definitely something in regards to a temper, which I don't normally get from that card. Whew. With a rope to bind the wicked demons in his left hand and a sword to cut through ignorance in his right, he seeks to convert anger into salvation, as he is the protector of the truly faithful. As a deity or in Shingon Buddhism, his angered expression frightens non-believers into following the truth. He sits on a black stone that represents the unwavering peace and joy he bestows to the minds and bodies of the righteous, in front of the holy fire that purifies the mind and burns away material desires. His fangs point in separate directions, one downward to bestow unlimited compassion to those who are suffering in body and spirit, and one upwards to represent spiritual pursuits and progress towards the truth. His hair is braided to the side, a symbol of his servitude to all sentient beings. There's something in regards to feeling powerless on this side. You may have been in a situation where people that got their way were angry and fierce, controlling. There's something in regards to my, like say as I do, but not like, what's the saying? Do as I say and not as I do. Yeah. And I feel like there's something in regards to feeling powerless in that situation. So I'm just going to read the powerless feeling that I'm getting from the other card because I feel like there's something there. Bear with me just a second. When reversed, fear of incompletion pervades your mind at this time, and it's causing you to slow your progress towards your goal. Don't get defensive over how much you've already accomplished. Step back and take a breather. You might need a good long break to steel yourself and recuperate your energy before you head back out to face your goal or problem. Okay. So something feels unfinished. I feel like this is your I'm getting I'm tired. I'm tired of fighting. I'm tired of fighting. I'm tired of pushing. I'm tired of control. That's what I'm getting very strongly. So this card in the middle, this is your wish fulfillment. This is the 9 of coins. This is symbolic of the lucky pig, the pig in shit. So we'll just have a look at him as well, I think. Yes. Pigs are a symbol of wealth, honesty, and practicality. Many are familiar with the concept of the piggy bank. This comes from Chinese pig-shaped money pots because in China they are symbols of good fortune. In the race for the zodiac, Pig knew he was slow and heavy, and the journey up the mountain would be long and laborious. But this did not deter him. He began his journey very early in the morning, and exerted his entire strength to make it to the southern gate, coming in dead last. The Jade Emperor was moved by his determination, and at the pleading of the other animals, rewarded him with the final spot in the zodiac. Do you remember what I was saying to you about not every plant grows at exactly the same time? Like, not every plant is going to do the same job. Not every oak is going to look the same. Like, there's definitely something in that for you in regards to your fulfillment, your wealth. Like, it's like we're all, contrary to the bullshit that you see on, on social media and on the gram and all this kind of stuff, like success, wealth, rich, whatever that looks like, it doesn't look the same for every single person. Like your wish fulfillment is true to you, is true to who you are and what you need as a soul. It might not be what you see other people doing on Instagram. That might not be your journey. And the constant programming, the constant being influenced by other people's journeys and other people's expressions of life. It's like, but you're not doing yours. Like, what would it look like if you truly invested all your time, all your energy, and all your love into exactly what you wanted? And get really clear, without the programming of Instagram and the media and all this kind of stuff, what would it feel like? What would it be like? When upright, your discipline, self-confidence, and hard work have all paid off, and you are enjoying abundant and well-deserved success. Give yourself a little reward. Don't be afraid to acknowledge just how far you've come. Even if you haven't crossed the finish line just yet, you have set yourself up for a very satisfying period in your life and have achieved a level of financial independence, all thanks to your own efforts. Do you know what? I'm going to read this now, this other bit. Doubting your own sense of self-worth is a great way to put yourself in a financial hole. You may be charging too little for your services or working for free because you don't think you deserve what you are really worth. I can absolutely take that on board for my own work, and constantly questioning what I do here on this planet, and is it valuable, and yeah, and is it right, and am I doing it right, and all that kind of stuff. And I'm sure that there's thousands of people out there that feel exactly the same way. So I thought that I would read that bit out because I definitely know that that is a thing. So let's get a few cards in here and just see what comes through. I'm going to go straight for the masculine. Whew. So we've got the truth. What is your truth? I've just pulled that out of the deck. So this is something that you are pulling out of yourself. Yeah. What is your truth? What is going to work for your soul? Yeah. So the death card came out but wanted to turn around. So we've got sideways. You're in a big transition at the moment. I feel like this is the tabletop and the glass sliding round. So maybe there could be someone who hasn't quite slotted into the next part. I feel like you're working on this at the moment, what your truth really looks like, what really lights your soul up, and understanding what's not working, what is not working for you, and how it's creating missed opportunities. Where are you losing power? Where are you losing your creative, just where it's not working. Because if you are focusing and spending your energy in places where you know that it's not working, it's going to keep piling into the same issue, the same wound. It's like having to keep sort of working a relationship that the other person is not really interested in. It's causing more harm to you. And I feel like this is where the anger and there you go, 2 of Cups. 2 of Cups is here, look. This doesn't necessarily have to be an energy outside of yourself. This is all about the balance in between you and yourself. Like you're giving and receiving, you're masculine and you're feminine, you're doing things for other people and doing things for yourself. Like this is finding harmony. This is finding your emotional fulfillment in this balance. This is where true power comes from. Yeah. Like truly is I'm just seeing this seed. I'm seeing this seed and the pot around it and what could grow out of this, the strength, the power, how high you could soar. The Fool is here to basically say, like, what's stopping you? What is stopping you? The limitations of the pot. Justice in reverse there. An unfair situation that is going to be righted. So I feel like there's going to be a returning of, I feel like something is coming to light in this situation. I feel like this is a good thing. And I feel like this is happening under the new moon as well. Like, how do you balance? How do you balance this new energy coming in? How do you balance receiving all of this energy that's going to come in? Like, if you're anything like me, and I'll be really honest, I'm an overgiver. I have always been an overgiver. Time, energy, love, always giving more and more and more and more and more and more. What would it look like for you to balance that energy and walk into a new timeline, balancing these two energies? Yeah. Moon again. So something that has been, there's a lot of Akana energy out here as well. I feel like something that is being hidden is being shown. I feel like your differences are being honored. Okay, so the 6 of Cups was in the reverse, and I feel like it's turned around as I put it down, so it's now coming out sideways. So this is the transition. I feel like maybe looking at the past and, you know, feeling quite nostalgic about, I feel like maybe finding some joy where there wasn't, and almost like having more discernment about looking back at situations that you shouldn't have been in. So like balancing the past is balancing the future, and balancing the, you know, like in the now, understanding and looking back at situations where you gave too much and then where you took too much, and then understanding why those situations worked out in the way that they did. Yeah. Knight of Swords in the reverse. I feel like there has been some cruel behavior. Maybe someone was cruel to you. Maybe you were cruel to somebody. Okay, so these cards are all wanting to spin and come out sideways. So I'm going to read them as sideways. You've got the 3 of Cups. So this is like a celebration that could be imminent. And the Page of Swords is all about speaking one's mind, sending messages. I'm getting that there's a lot of healing happening with community. So this could be friends, this could be family. There's something about the past and the future, like I'm getting like maybe a line drawn in the sand. We've got the Emperor in reverse on the bottom of the deck, and this is the kind of energy, this cruel energy, tyrannical energy. It's drawing a line in the sand. So whether this is something, you know, that you have maybe adopted yourself by the way that you have been treated. Okay, so there's been a lot of preparation that's been done. We've got the Knight of Pentacles that wanted to be pulled out. This could be a current situation. This has been a slow moving process for you, and this is probably what's felt like the frustration, the anger. There could be all the Knights. Okay, so this has been a long drawn out process because there hasn't been the element of romance. Okay, this has felt like a really hard slog for you, and that's why it's felt so long. It's like, well, I mean, we've got 3 nights out here in a row ending in the 10 of Wands, which is basically saying that a cycle has closed. This is him coming in with his harvest. He's walking home. Home is in sight, right? You are ending this cycle of not romanticizing your life. Like for some, life has been hard. And I feel like there's a new cycle of you know, life doesn't have to be that way. That is a pattern. That is a program that you have learned from your family dynamics, from the life that, you know, from the life that you have lived thus far. And that doesn't mean it has to continue, because I really want you to get into your head about this tree that has grown. You have grown regardless. And now you are, you know, putting your fruit out. You are letting your fruit go. You're letting your leaves go. You are going into a period of rest. You don't have to try so hard, because your seed that you planted is now growing and it's free. It's free, and it's going to go and do all the amazing stuff that it needs to do without a container, without a pot, without, you know, that is still part of you. This is the Four of Wands. So this is the end. The end. The Four of Wands in the upright is 1111. It is the balance between the masculine and the feminine, divine union. Yeah? That is ending. So there could be a contract that you had with a very negative, very tyrannical masculine energy that is ending. Yeah? It's like that part of the journey is over. It's like something didn't come into balance. Something didn't. It didn't. The balance wasn't working. That's the thing that I'm getting really, really strongly is it's breaking this nostalgic. So let me move on, 222, just as I was coming up there to have a look. So we've got the Five of Wands in the reverse, okay? So this is no more conflict. No more conflict. We're not playing around, okay? You've got the Nine of Pentacles. This is you being solid and comfortable and confident in yourself. Yeah? And releasing yourself from this old perspective. This is this letting go. This is this moving away from. This is telling self a new story. This is seeing and understanding something different from having a different perspective. Yeah? See if anything comes out just to close. Is there anything else that you want to share with us, please? I'm finishing on that one. 10 of Cups. There you go. I'm finishing on that one. Your 10 of Cups is your happy ever after, your emotional fulfillment, your happy ending, whatever that means to you. And that doesn't have to be the same thing for every single person. This is something that will make your soul happy, that you will classify as emotional fulfillment. It may not be the same as everybody else's, but this is your justice. For all the things that you've been through, for how people have treated you, for all the energy that you've put out into the universe, whatever that is for you personally, this is your justice. No limitations. I really hope that helps. What a reading. I was not expecting that at all. Wow, 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 wow. So you get you an oracle deck, mountain. Stand your ground. There you go. See the balance as well? Love that. Stand your ground. I feel like I want to get another one. Sorry, just shuffle my hair into the deck. Woo! Whoosh! There we go. Okay, see things from a higher perspective. Wonderful. Do you want another one? Do you feel like you want another one? Trust your instincts, animal guardian. There you go. So make sure you're going after the things that will light up your soul. What will make you happy? What will bring you joy? And what your soul needs. I do hope this reading has been helpful. I've really enjoyed it. It wasn't at all what I thought it was going to be. Thank you for spending an hour with me. I do massively appreciate it. And I do hope that you'll come again. If you haven't done already, please like, share, subscribe, comment, all that wonderful stuff. I really enjoy your feedback. And it's great to do an energy exchange for the free content. Thank you very much. Take care. And until next time, all the best.